Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Hanvey, and here is our notes for today and our lesson. Before we watch this video, please make sure you complete the warm-up on Google Classroom. There were a couple of little activity links I wanted you to click on and just acknowledge what pattern you found, what you noticed, and just type that into the question on Google Classroom. So if you have not done that, please do that before you watch this video because I really wanted you to come up with some answers and solutions before I tell you the triangle sum theorem. Okay, so our essential question is going to be, how do you find the measure of a missing angle in a triangle? And by the end of today's lesson, you should be able to find the measure of an angle, a missing angle in a triangle. Okay. All right, so here is the triangle sum theorem. Okay. And so basically it says that all the angles, which there's only three, there's angle A, and we use this symbol to represent an angle. So angle A plus the angle B, that is this angle right here, plus the third angle, and a triangle only has three angles, they're all going to add up to 180 degrees. So hopefully you found that out in the pattern of your warm-up before you were here today. But if not, go back, do that warm-up, and finish it by 3 o'clock. All right, so now that we have our triangle sum theorem, we're going to use that to solve some problems. So you'll see here we have a triangle, and we have that angle A is 43 degrees, angle B is 85, and angle C we do not know. That's why we use the X and no. So we're going to go ahead, and we know the triangle sum theorem says we need to do angle A plus our angle B. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that as well. And angle C, they all have to equal up to a total of 180 degrees. Which is the same as a straight line. So it should be easy to remember. All right, so we're going to take angle A, and we know angle A is 43 degrees. So I'm just going to say 43 plus our B, which is 85, plus our C. We don't know what C is, so we're going to go ahead and just use X. Plus our X has to equal 180 degrees. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to obviously add these two numbers up, and you get 128. And then we still have our X that we need to find, has to equal that 180. And so we're going to go ahead and now get the X all by itself using one step. So remember the box and wall, that's our box, here's our wall. How do we got to get that X all by itself? Well, we got to do the opposite or the inverse of 128. So to make this 0, you have to subtract 128. And when you subtract 128, you get X is 52 degrees. So you should go ahead and write it as an angle. So you should say angle C is 52 degrees. Whoa, that got a little crazy. Let's try that again. Angle C is 52 degrees. Okay. All right, so now what happens if these angles are not actual numbers? So that's what we're going to go ahead and do now. Example 2, we have 3 angles still because it's a triangle, but we notice none of them actually have numbers. They have unknowns in all of those angles. We're still going to do the exact same process. We're going to take angle A and angle B and angle C, and they're going to, I forgot my adding, and angle C, and they're going to add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so we know angle A is this one. So we're going to just write 3x minus 6, and then we're going to go ahead and add. So I don't have to change my colors. I'm just going to do this real quick and then fill it in. And then we have angle B is 3x and we have angle C is 2x minus 6. I'm going to have to write that really small. And so that is angle A plus angle B plus angle C has to equal a total of 180 degrees, okay? So this is when you got to remember your algebra skills from last year. And remember, we have this wall here. So you always want to look on the left side of the wall, okay? And I always like to box my variables. That's why I call it box and wall, okay? So your goal is to first combine all of our boxes. So what's 3x plus 3x plus 2x? So 3 and 3 is 6x, plus 2 more is 8x. So you combine like terms. So those are your 3 like terms we're going to combine together. And now we're going to do the same thing with our numbers. This -6 and this -6 is also a like term, so we're just going to add them, and that becomes -12. So we have 8x minus 12 equals 180 degrees. All right, so we still need to get this x all by itself, so now it becomes a two-step equation. So the first step would be to combine like terms on the same side. Now would be to do the inverse operation. So the opposite of subtracting 12 would be adding 12 to each side. And we would have 8x equals 192. And this is being multiplied. 8 times x is being multiplied. So you're going to do the opposite and divide by 8. And we get x equals 24 because 8 goes into 19 twice. I call this short division twice because it's 16. And then we have 3 left over. So then 8 goes into 32 4 times. Or you could just put it into a calculator, okay? So that is how we do the triangle sum theorem. What I want you to do now is I want you to go ahead and you do example 3 yourself, okay? So go ahead, pause this video, try example 3, and see if you get the same thing that I did. I'm not actually going to go over it. I'm just going to have you try it, and I want you to write this in your notes, and you're going to, when you're finished, unpause, and you will see the answer. I'm going to reveal the answer now, so please make sure you try it before you see the answer. And you should have gotten x is 17. Okay? So I'm going to do example 4 on a different video, so please stay tuned and you will see the last example in the next video. I'm going to go ahead and keep this.